sir.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Well, everyone, welcome to This is Florida Pickleball News. Welcome back to the #1 pickleball news show in Florida. My name is Denise Casale, and I'm your host of the Florida Pickleball News. We're supposed to get an applause somewhere in there, but I'm going to give it to myself, an award, pat myself on the back. This is the final season show. There we go. Slow in the beginning, but that's okay. That's all right.
It's where it starts.
It's where it starts, exactly. So we're back in the studio. Co-hosting with me today is Keith Guterman, founder of fatpickle.com. Once again, great to have you here with us, Keith.
So happy to be back. I'm just loving my time here on the Florida Pickleball News. Thanks again for having me.
So I'm going to ask you the question that I asked you again last week. Why do you think pickleball is taking off as fast and hard as it is today?
Passion.
Passion.
That'd be the #1 word. I mean, you could see it, in our guests and our response and, the viewership and more subscribers every single week. It's something that I guess when you're involved with this, it's a pretty strong, tight fraternal group. Certainly cool progression we're seeing.
Absolutely. It's a fast-growing community, and there's a lot of synergy that's happening within this community, and we're going to go over some of those things with our special guest that we have here with us today. We have Catherine Barton, founder of Pickleball League, the Women's Pickleball League.
So happy to have Catherine with us in the building.
In the studio with us, and we have Carlos Lang, first responder, firefighter, and president of the First Shield Medical Supplies. We're really excited to have you here with us, the both of them. We'll get into a little bit more about them later on, but we want to make sure everyone knows that this makes our show special because we want to also have special guests on here that can speak right to the community of the pickleball fans, fanatics, picklers, and all of you that are listening out there. We want to thank everyone for joining us this week for the 4th edition. This is the ending of our first season, which has gone amazing.
I can't believe 4 weeks that quickly. For where we are from, where you guys are from episode 1 and me as a sponsor, seeing this to where we are and being a part of it and the final episode of the season, it's really freaking cool.
It is cool.
Super
Very
cool.
I have to say, though, you're just not hosting with us, but you are also, fatpickle.com is our title sponsor.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. And
We're still wearing the colors, even though it's a collar shirt.
I see that. You're sporting it very well, and I see you have a side guest with you. Who's your sidekick over there?
So this sidekick over here, I like to call this guy Gilbert. And Gilbert's with us today, actually, with one of our special guests. I just kind of had a connection with this guy over here, but we're going to be seeing a little bit later on in the show, one of our guests is going to talk about the importance of making sure that when you're out somewhere where there's a lot of physical activity or even in public places, what a defibrillator could do to save lives. And that's what little Gilbert's over here for, as a symbol of that. We won't call him a dummy. He's actually pretty smart.
Yes, I like the pun on words. But in case you missed last week's show of Florida Pickleball News, don't worry. You can see all the episodes on YouTube anytime, 24/7. Just search the Florida Pickleball News, and you know the drill. You can go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, and, of course, always share. Because the only way we're going to grow if you help us grow. So please make sure you go out and do that. If you're sitting back and staying in, you can tune into the FM airways. But once again, you can catch us live right now, which it's my favorite thing. Keith, when we can have our audience and our listeners out there catch us live, it just makes the show come to a whole nother level of life.
Yep.
But if you're in the car listening, it's all good. You can keep up to date on all the latest Florida pickleball news and meet special guests from all around the pickleball community. So once again, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. So we have a great show planned for everyone. Keith, what's the storyline for tonight?
So you mentioned some of the guests that we have. We got some really cool stuff happening here. Our special guest, we've got Catherine Barton of the Women's Power Pickleball League. This is a strong group of women out there playing pickleball and getting it done, and just super excited to have her here and speak with her. We've got Carlos Lang here from First Shield Medical. He's got some really eye-opening stuff to talk about that I had no idea of. But apparently these defibrillators in these devices are super important to be able to have access to these, especially in situations where people are having physical activity. So he's going to talk a little bit about that and how it relates to pickleball. We've got our pickleball pick of the week, which we've been seeing some really cool picks. I'm hoping that I haven't seen this week's yet, so I'm hoping somebody's sending something really cool. We've been getting some really cool picks on that. The trivia question of the week, we're going to do that again. And this week, our question was furnished, if you will, by no other than Catherine Barton, who is a guest on the show tonight. So we're excited to hear that question from a pro's mouth,
I think so.
We're going to talk about some pickleball events, some places that you'll also be able to find Fat Pickle over the weekend if you're out and about and doing some festivals. And then, of course, we're going to talk about pickleball for season 2. Again, season 1, we're at the end. So, let's talk about what we're going to be doing in season 2 at the end of this show.
I'm excited. Okay, we got excited to hear from Catherine. We already have fans that are
All
tuning
right.
in and giving us commentary.
Jody, thank you for commenting, for typing in.
Yes, and everyone can actually shoot out a comment. If you're on Facebook right now and you create a comment, we'll actually read it and give you a shout out. The people in studio love to see that, so give them some encouragement and support and give us some of that commentary out there. So with that, we have, why don't we go over the 7.5-minute buzzer? You want to go over that?
Yeah, sure. So the way this works, Denise, in our show, I'm sorry for not mentioning, we're going to go on a story clock. Right now we got about 2 minutes and 11 seconds left until our next commercial break. But we'll do every 7 minutes. If we go over on the story and we're running over the 7 minutes, I'll push this little buzzer over here that lets everybody know about it. And then, of course, we'll get right back to it when we come back from a commercial break and word from our sponsors.
You do know that buzzer gives me stress.
Yeah, buzzers typically give me stress too, but what else are we going to do? It's for effect.
I may need a defibrillator just in case if I get enough stress, but we'll talk about that later, won't we?
Okay.
All righty, let's talk about also last week we had our special guest, Raul Travicio. He was here. He is the USA Pickleball Florida Southeast District Ambassador and also the USA Pickleball Boca Raton Ambassador, and he was here with us sharing some of the strategies and upcoming Pickleball Classic hosts that they're going to be doing at the Delray Beach Pickleball Club, and that is going to be November 30th. At the Boca
Pickleball Club.
Forgive me, it is the Boca. Mm-hmm. Who is writing this stuff?
Well, we know our friend Norman has already come on from the Delray Beach Pickleball Club.
Exactly.
So we got to get confusing. There's a lot of clubs coming on.
We got to get our cities right, don't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take the fall on that one. So we have from the it was from the Boca Raton Pickleball Club, and that event is going to be November 30th through December 3rd. So, we want to make sure as we have our guests on, we want to talk about these different events to give them support, and that it's always for some cause that these events are taking place. So it will be a mix of men's, women's tournaments. You can go ahead and sign up and take advantage of the sport that is just on fire. Okay, then. Once more, Keith, we have to talk about the overwhelming response from the pickleball community and our listeners.
Yes.
What have you heard out there? Because I'm getting some really good feedback.
They are loving the fact that we don't know what the hell we're talking about and that we're learning on the fly and that we're very transparent about that. Because most of the comments that I'm getting are, it's really great, but, you should really have more segments on just the different sayings in pickleball so we all kind of learn together. Because there's a lot of people that are watching this that certainly I brought to the table that know nothing about pickleball. They're learning as we're going.
I had
a conversation. We're getting ready for that commercial break, Denise, in 2-1.
All righty. And stay tuned for our special guest.
See you in a minute.
Pickleball news show right here in South Florida. This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. It's the fastest growing sport in the world right now, so don't miss out. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday from 6:30 to 7:30, and if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090, and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or any mobile device.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball. Where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
Hey, it's TC, and the biggest sport in the world right now is pickleball. I know you've either played before or you know someone that's addicted. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida now? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday night from 6:30 to 7:30, and if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090, and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or mobile device.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Florida Pickleball News. You are listening once again to the Florida Pickleball News.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. And again, we have to give a shout out to our title sponsor, fatpickle.com.
Where's the applause today? Where's the
Again
applause?
with the applause. Where is it? Thank you. We're back, everyone, live. You're listening to the Florida Pickleball News, and this is Denise, your host for the rest of the show. We have an exciting show lined up, and we're going to dive into the first story of the evening. Remember, we only have 7 minutes to share, so Keith, be on your toes and help me out here.
Let's do it.
Okay, so as you know, in the pickleball community, it has been growing significantly over the recent years, and its impact on the medical community has really been worth discussing. So we're going to talk about that over the next couple of minutes. And one of the things that we can certainly say, and I'm in total support in everything I'm about to say right now, it certainly does promote physical activity among all ages. It's kind of like Disney. It's for all ages. I mean, this is like one of those things, I call it the Disney world of playing a sport that is meant literally for everyone.
It might be the answer for me, personally. I was talking with one of our guests earlier before the show started, just about some, heart, high blood pressure type of thing that I'm dealing with, and being able to do some physical activity. And they've been so gracious to invite me out to so many different, clubs. At this point, I'm going to have to take advantage, and I think that's going to get me doing some much needed physical activity.
A lot of folks are thinking like that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are thinking out there. And because of the fact that they still don't know what pickleball is, there's a very large community of people that don't. Just had that conversation with a friend of mine out in the northern part of the state. And they're like, what's pickleball? I almost had to say, are you for real? But all said and done with, I said, let me explain this to you and I'll send you a link. And sure enough, she said, I think I can do this. I'm going to try to see if I can fit myself into somewhere where I can try this out. Mm. And I did tell you last week that I actually put a small version in my backyard.
So how's that working out?
If it would stop raining, I'd do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But I am practicing, and I'm listening to all the tips and strategies that we've talked about on the show, and I'm actually implementing it. I'm going online and I'm looking at different ways how to handle and carry a paddle, the best way to create, bounce back and forth, and how to manage a pickleball. Well, with that, as I said, it's for all ages. It's also contributing to improving cardiovascular health. Mm-hmm. That's important for this show right today. And it's great for joint flexibility and also for muscle strength. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're used to playing tennis, we have a lot of individuals that have crossed over. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But indeed, it is really one large court.
What about those pants that Pickler is wearing in the image, the cheetah pants? Are you going to put a pair of those on when you go out there?
Oh, look at him. He wants to see him wearing cheetah pants when playing. Maybe. So stay tuned. Maybe.
Stay tuned.
But I want to say for sure, though, at the end of all said and done with, the muscle strength is amazing, because if you think about when you're on a tennis court, one tennis court can be divided into 4 pickleball courts, right? So it actually invites more people out. There's more opportunity to play.
When's the last time you played tennis, Denise?
I don't like tennis. I don't play tennis. I mean, I watch it, but
it's hard, right?
I was overwhelmed because I had so much to cover as far as the size of the court was concerned, that for me, it was something once I saw the size of a pickleball court, I was like, I think I can do this. I can handle this. The right and the left and trotting back and forth, and the space that I had to work in, my little legs would fit in.
Yeah.
So I certainly felt very comfortable in not being able to feel intimidated. So
I noticed you have a sweatband on your wrist.
I know you want to see this. So this is actually the guest that's going to be on our show.
Okay.
From Catherine. She gave me this. This is my first sweatband.
Okay.
I'm really loving this, and it's from the Women's Power Pickleball Palm Beach League. So I'm going to be using this. I'll be sporting it quite often. I really appreciate the gift. Thank you so much. But let's talk a little bit more about the sport's low impact nature. It's very appealing for individuals recovering from injuries And those that are having joint issues, it's one of the best things that you can do, because what is movement is improvement. It helps
Movement is improvement.
Yeah, everyone can coin
Like,
that.
can we
That
get an
was mine.
applause for movement is improvement? That was.
Yes.
Am I alone on this? No applause. Okay.
Yeah, you're the only one applauding. They're sleeping back there. Well, anyway, I just want to say that when I was out there recently and I had attended a clinic, and I always use as an example, one person that was there had actually suffered a stroke, but
Sorry to hear that.
overcame and was out on that pickleball court doing his thing. Was not hindered whatsoever, and he was a tennis ball player. And so really, if you want to go back after recovering from something like that, it could be very difficult to really capture that much of a size of a court. But he was out there and doing he was just like nothing was there, nothing was wrong, and he managed his way through. He had one side that he could not use as far as the upper left-hand side of his body, but the rest
That's
he was
inspiring.
swinging. I mean, he was out to town like there was like no one's business. So
Okay.
anyone can try to do this. Moreover, it's a social aspect as well with the pickleball. It can enhance mental well-being. Well, think about that. Taking the ball and just kind of like constantly in movement.
I think we all need a little time, that we can just kind of blow off some steam and sweat a little bit and take a little bit of. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I've never really talked to a pickleball player so far, that we've met that has said that they use it as any form of taking out aggression on anything. I haven't heard that. But I could, like, after watching John McEnroe as an example, or some of these other, shows that I watch that we see some replays, it's almost like they that's their shtick, like just to take the frustration out on the ball.
Yeah, that might actually be some sort of relief for others, I would
guess.
say. But, it is a sport that creates a lot of community engagement, and it does promote mental well-being. It gets people out of the couch, off the couch, out of the house, and onto the court. And it gives them purpose to actually get together. They get to meet more people. And it's an engagement. It kind of just really brings you, it uplifts you, and
Yep.
there's that endorphin that gets released when you're playing. So we'll talk more about that later on. So really overall, it has been an overall health improvement. And there's been, as this sport that continues to gain this type of traction, it's an influence on promoting an active and interconnected lifestyle that could lead to positive outcomes in the medical realm. But with let's put it this way. For every time that there is something that comes out like this, there is mental health risk that could be in there. People just put themselves into a position of such stress because they got to get on the court.
Yeah.
They got to do this. They got to do that. This is a sport that's supposed to be taking in a lightly in a sense that it's for more enjoyment. But there are those that have taken it to the next level, and you've got pros out there that are just, they're taking this very serious, and this is going to go to the Olympics, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's who knows how far this thing will really go. Well, we just lost Gilbert. Who
He
knows
went,
how far
he
this
went
thing
down.
will-
I don't think he's making it to the.
I got that
He's not
defibrillator.
going to the Olympics.
Is Carlos in the building yet? Because we're going to have to pick this guy back up.
Yeah, he's going to need to have the defibrillator, I think.
I think he's okay. He'll be fine. Take it easy, Gilbert. Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
when are we going to get to meet Catherine?
Catherine's going to be coming on very shortly.
Who comes
but I
on
do.
first tonight? Is it Catherine or Carlos?
Actually, it's Catherine. Catherine's going to
Catherine?
be on first. So I just really want to say one thing, though. With every sport, there is health risk that comes with it. So, and this sport has taken off so quickly that the medical community is actually having to address more and more individuals that are in the sport, whether it be from an injury or whether it be from a condition from the heart that has surfaced. Things that have coming out and about, but there's a lot of healing components that have come with this as well. So it's been a really good for the community in all aspects with respect to the medical world. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And one of the things that I could say is it's very interesting to actually see how it's made everyone move. This is not just for the mature community, but this is actually for the youth. We actually have, one of the youngest players is recognized. We have Annalie Waters, who is very much so recognized as a champion, all of 16 years old, and
Incredible.
just kills it. She just actually kills it. We will have her on the show,
Yeah,
hopefully
Ali,
in
if you're
October.
listening, let's get on the show.
We're going to get on a show in the month of October. So where to play? Let's talk about that. This is something that we want to talk a little as to. So one of the things we want to be informative on our show. So where can you play? One of the things that I'm going to tie you into right away. Women, you can go ahead and find yourself, if you go to PowerPickleball.com, you can actually find a place to play that's local for you. I just want to make sure that we mention that, because if you're wondering, where do I go? We talked about last week. Do I just show up? And the answer is, yeah, you just show up and someone's
You
going
just
to
show
invite
up.
you out there and play. And if you don't have a paddle, I'm often said, and this happened to me, that here, use mine. They'll go ahead and actually allow you to use their equipment. But it's really important that you understand that it's for everyone and you're invited. But we're going to actually go to break, and we'll see you in a few seconds and you hear a word from our sponsors.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball, where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Hey, it's TC, and the biggest sport in the world right now is pickleball. I know you've either played before or you know someone that's addicted. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida now? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday night from 6:30 to 7:30, and if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090, and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or mobile device.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball, where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Florida Pickleball News. You're listening to Denise, your host for this evening, and I have with me Keith Guterman, also known as the KGOG, who's with us. And we got to give recognition to our title sponsor, fatpickle.com. But we're going down to the storyline. Who do we have with us today, Keith? Who do we have with us right now? You've been wanting to say this name.
Catherine Barton in the studio.
Catherine Barton in the studio. She's in the house. Thank you so much, Catherine, for being here with us. Catherine is the founder and CEO of the Women's Power Pickleball League. You can say that really fast, right? You know what, Catherine, welcome to the show here. We have some really exciting conversation. I'm really very happy that we had the introduction to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about you, but I want to know a little bit about Catherine. Tell us just a real quick about Catherine.
Well, I'm going to tell you that I couldn't be more excited to be at the season finale of this.
Thank you, Catherine.
I've been binging this all season, so it's just
I love that.
extraordinary. Listen, I'm a simple girl. I started out playing tennis when I was a kid, and I played, and we moved down to Florida, and I thought I was going to be a senior tennis athlete, and I turned into a pickleball addict.
Mm-hmm.
It's addictive. Anyone can play, and I thought the points you were making before, Denise, spot on. Really, anyone can get out there and make contact with that paddle and that ball and push it back and forth, and it's fun. So for some people, it's a social event. It's an opportunity for husbands and wives to mingle with other friends on the court, and then for others, it's a competition. You know, it's a game that we're working hard on our skills. I think you and I talked about that earlier, that you're working on your game. I am working on my game all the time. And we've got a couple thousand women playing in Women's Power Pickleball League between Brevard and Broward and, you know, our home base in Palm Beach County. And these gals are phenomenal, and they work on their games, and they take their clinics, and they're out there, and they're exercising, and they're socializing, and I don't know, it's such a remarkable experience. And you talk about how pickleball is kind of getting this mass adoption, and back in 2021 they were predicting that there would be 5 million picklers in the country by now, by 2023. Try 36 million.
Wow.
36 million people
Wow.
have played pickleball at least once. And it's for everyone. You know, again, you mentioned that some of the schools that are opening up now, their basketball courts are also lined for 4 pickleball courts. So you have 4 courts, 4 kids, 16 kids right out there on that court playing and exercising and getting that cardio. It's wonderful.
Best they be off the couch and on the court.
Off the couch, on the court.
Off the couch on
Right?
the court. I like that.
You like that?
Very,
I'm
very
coining
nice.
everything
You're
tonight.
coining big time.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did I say before? See, I already forgot.
Movement.
Is improvement.
creates
Movement is
improvement.
improvement. I'm going
creates
to take that
movement.
home. Ladies,
Something like
you heard
this.
it here first. Movement is improvement.
See, we
Absolutely.
didn't forget you, Denise.
You know, I
Yes.
did also want to mention that, you talk about the social piece of pickleball, and the women in our league have become friends.
Yeah.
And teams have, they have little rivalries. They go out to happy hour afterwards. They have all these wonderful experiences. And one of the things that the league is very proud of is our philanthropic initiative. And each year we sort of adopt a cause, and we're very excited to be working with Make-A-Wish of Southern Florida this year. So
Awesome.
all of our fundraising efforts, which are circled and centered around pickleball, will be to benefit Make-A-Wish this year.
Purposeful pickleball. I like
Purposeful pickleball, baby.
I'm on fire.
You're on fire.
I am
Movement's
on
improvement.
fire.
Purposeful pickleball.
I'm on fire. I want to see some of the pictures that we have that actually show a little bit of your league. I don't know if we can get the board to show it up on there.
That's
I
so
actually
sweet.
found this. Yeah, this is
Those
it
are
right
my
here.
captains.
Those
There's
are
a
your
whole bunch of my
captains.
captains. Yeah, they're fantastic. Great group of gal. And, I also did want to mention, because of how we're going to segue, that when you're on the court, safety is first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
So I encourage everyone to be smart and safe.
All right. Well, we're going to go right to a commercial break, and stay tuned, everyone, so we can have Catherine share some more insights in the world of pickleball and the community of women.
Catherine Barton.
All right.
All right.
Stay tuned.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true oldies channel.
Make that switch to City Kia.
The Summer Sizzling Kia sales event will be held at one location only, City Kia of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot.
City Kia Summer Sales Event.
City Kia's Battle of Brands begins right now. As the #1 Kia dealer in all of Central Florida, City Kia takes them all on. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and more. We will beat any valid offer on a new Kia in the USA or pay you $500. Like the new 2023 Kia Rio from only $15,999. See dealer for details. Save thousands during the Battle of the Brands. Upside down on your trade, get up to $5,000 over KB beat fair market value. Nobody beats a City Kia deal. Nobody. Let City Kia fight for your best deal. The Summer Sizzling Kia sales event will be held at one location only, City Kia Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot. Visit us at citykia.com.
Make that switch to City Kia. To City Kia.
Follow Oldies Not social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at True Oldies FLA. That's at True Oldies FLA. This hurricane season, count on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9 and our partners WPBF ABC Channel 25 meteorologist to track the tropics and keep you informed in the event of a storm. It's headed right for us! On your TV or on your radio, we got you covered.
Tropical storm watch will likely see heavy rains starting tonight.
Oldies 95.9 and WPBF ABC Channel 25, tracking the tropics.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there. This program is
We're serving up pickleball.
M2TV.square.
Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball. Where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Florida Pickleball News. I'm here tonight, special guest with Catherine Barton, founder, CEO of the Women's Power Pickleball League, and we were just talking about the benefits and the ideas of advocating, for women's pickleball. Talk to me a little bit more, if you would, Catherine. The centering around the concept of the camaraderie that has been built and formed, and why did you do this?
That's a great question, actually. Back in 2018, I was sitting in a league meeting, and I looked around, and it was primarily men. I would say it was about 80% men of the couple hundred players in the room, and there was a smaller group of women, and we were all seated at this, a table, a group of tables together, and I heard repeatedly people saying, it's so hard for me to get some of the weaker girls to play, they get intimidated by the hard shots, and I was with a friend at the time, and we looked at each other, and we were like, we need a women's league. We need a place for women to feel that they can safely play competitively, right?
So you created that, for them in this area, Catherine, and all around?
Yep, this is a startup endeavor. We launched our first season in 2019. I always remember this.
So you're very entrepreneurial. It's not just a matter of being passionate about the sport. You see an opportunity here for athletes, for women, in general. I don't want to just.
I do. No,
yes.
I think what I see that's so exciting is I see the expanse of the community. Mm-hmm. These women are interested in being healthy. They're interested in being social. They're interested in being active, being outdoors. I mean, it's such a nice set of goals to have and to share. And first they meet and they play together in their own communities. And then as the league starts to form, I mean, we're playing in close to 60 communities in Palm Beach County.
Is there a .com or website that
there
you go to?
There is, actually, yes. It's pwrpickleball.com. And we always like to say PWR stands for Paddle and Pickle with Respect.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear it.
It's Pickle with Respect.
Okay.
So pwrpickleball.com. And as Denise mentioned before, there's an opportunity. You can sign up to get email notifications. You'll hear about some of our clinics. We ran some pickleball camp this summer down in Davie. That was fantastic. And just all kinds of opportunities for 50-plus women to get involved in the sport.
So I can't sign up. This is only women only.
Women only.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure that we
could throw
so
on
Denise,
some
you
pickle,
can join Denise.
Earrings, maybe a little wig, and we'd let you in.
Yeah, I guess I qualify.
Yes.
I can get in there.
Oh, go on. You don't qualify for my league for years, baby.
Oh. So we'll stay away from that topic. But actually, I really do love the fact that women do thrive on community. And just from the beginning of time, women in general have done that. And it's really great because it does allow for reinforcement, encouraging, I really don't feel like it today. No, come on, let's go. You're going to go. I'm sure you hear a lot of that. You pull together. And this is what's happening. I mean, it's not an overwhelming experience. I just love what I'm looking at here.
The leopard pants kill me.
So for those of you that are listening and you're not seeing, we do encourage that you go and catch the show after we're done here because it will stay available out there on our social media platforms and the digital sites that we have through YouTube, Facebook, and also through Instagram. You can catch us and just watch the show again because did you know who that is that's playing in that leopard? She got a leopard hat going. She got leopard leggings
I'd like
going.
to have her on the show.
She's styling.
Absolutely.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be styling. There she is again.
Phenomenal.
She's got that going. She's got I love it. I do love it. Let me ask you a question. So the wide range of skill levels.
Yes.
And just the league in general, just expand on that and why it becomes an inviting thing to understand that you don't have to be a master at doing this.
And you don't. So at this point, with well over 1,000 women playing, we have established, I think this season we're going to have 9 divisions. So Division 1 are your top players, your really competitive players that are getting ratings. They're playing in tournaments. And they're really striving to perfect and achieve their game as a master.
Okay.
And as the division level goes down, it becomes a little bit more relaxed. Towards the lower divisions, you have women who maybe have never competed in group sports before, that are just out there because they're enjoying themselves. They're with their friends. They're having fun. And at the end of the season, if you win your division, you get a little goodie.
A little this, a little that.
Exactly.
Maybe
Catherine,
a
how
little
many people in
wristband.
your league are ranked and as top women?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. We partnered with the Duper rating system. So Duper actually considers every single women's power pickleball match a Duper certified match. So
Okay.
our women are all getting rated. And
Wow.
it makes it so much easier for the captains to start to make their pairings and understand skill levels with players. It's really been a wonderful experience with Duper.
Very cool.
Where do you see the direction of this actual league that you've come together and formed?
I believe that there is a community out in all throughout the United States, and there are times when I'll get an email from a woman from the website, "Oh, I'm so excited, I'd like to join your league," and we start chatting, and she's in Oregon or, in Georgia. And one day I believe that there are going to be Women Power Pickleball leagues all over the country.
Why not worldwide?
I like the way you're thinking.
thinking.
Would you like to be Commissioner of France?
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I wanted to mention one other thing, and I think it's important, particularly as we're playing in this heat.
Yes.
2 hours before you start to play, start hydrating, listen to
Good
your
advice.
body. If you feel dizzy or a little off, sit down. It's just pickleball. It's just pickleball. And I think another important thing to do is to, when you go to courts for the first time, eyeball and find out, where is that 911 sign? Where is that defibrillator? I mean, it's very important to keep safety in mind at all times, especially when you're new to the game.
Great advice. Great
Absolutely. You get a clap. I'm glad. I'm happy you got that because you're right on point. One of the things that you have to be very certain of is that ensuring that you're in good health. Because here in Florida, we have a different element to deal with our weather than other parts of the country. But either way, it doesn't matter. You have to listen to your body, as you said. Listening to your body is most important, male or female. It does not matter. Age does not matter. In fact, one of the things that you can do is certainly drink pickleball juice so that you can actually get yourself balanced.
Denise, we're going to get ready to go to a commercial break, but before we do, we wanted to make sure that we said thank you so much to Catherine Barton for being on the show. Catherine, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you
It's a
after this
pleasure.
commercial break from our sponsors.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball. Where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Hey, it's TC, and the biggest sport in the world right now is pickleball. I know you've either played before or you know someone that's addicted. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida now? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday night from 6:30 to 7:30, and if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090, and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or mobile device. Hey, it's TC. Look, I'm all in the pickleball craze right now. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. It's the fastest growing sport in the world right now, so don't miss out. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday from 6:30 to 7:30. And if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090 and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or any mobile device.
And welcome back, everyone.
Welcome
you
back,
are listening
welcome back.
to Florida Pickleball News. Your host, Denise, with you. And we have to give a shout out, of course, to our title sponsor, fatpickle.com.
Thank you, Denise. Thank
you know
you,
what?
Denise.
We really, really want you to understand that without you as a sponsor out there, if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please do, because we have to give big title thanks to fatpickle.com to make this show come to you and live. So
Our pleasure.
we want to keep coming to you. Thank you so
pleasure.
much, Keith, for being able to be a part of the show. And
Well,
making
you know,
it
I don't know if
happen.
we announced it, but we're definitely on for title sponsors of season 2. So be looking for some updates from us if you subscribe to the show. Of course, you'll know when the next show starts, but it's going to be in October, first week of October, and we're going to gear up to some of these big pickleball tournaments that are coming up, like the Pickle Games and Norm Dickman's tournament over at the Delray Beach Pickleball Club, and any others that would like to have us out. But we're getting ready to meet our next guest, Denise. Tell us about Carlos.
So with us tonight, we have Carlos Lang, who is a firefighter, first responder.
Thank you for all you do for our community,
Yes,
Carlos.
thank you so much for our communities. Carlos is with us and is president of First Shield Medical Supply, and we're really excited about this. I've known Carlo for a while here, and when he becomes passionate about something, it's because he really does believe it. And, he has a passion for keeping our community safe, which is just something that you're born with, I think, honestly. I mean, we all have it, but you went to the next level and make it come live. So we really appreciate all the work that you do.
And thank you for bringing Gilbert.
Yes. We've got to give him credit for bringing Gilbert. We did have I don't know if it was a stroke or a cardiac arrest over there, but, I think Carlos was available here to make sure that we can have him come back to life, and he did.
Yeah, he's dumbfounded right now, Gilbert is, but as soon as he hears Carlos talk, let's see hopefully some expression on the face.
I was going to say the expression on the face says everything. Yes, but he's in the spirit. He's wearing a Fat Pickle shirt there, so we got to keep that in spirit. But more importantly, Carlos, First Shield Medical Supply, I understand it's one of its first right now that's really being very much on top of delivering and complying with an ordinance that's coming up very shortly. So tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. So effective October 1st, Broward County has a new ordinance that goes into effect that affects multiple, pretty much any place that has an occupancy of 100 or more, any high rise. But the big one that affects pickleball is going to be any indoor recreational place of 1,500 square feet or more. So by this ordinance, Broward County.
Wow, that affects a lot of people.
Absolutely, Broward. You're going to be required to have an AED and a bleed control kit. So our company is trying to get everybody in compliance and up to date.
Wow.
And one of the products so our company, we are a Zoll authorized dealer. We've done a lot of extensive research for the different defibrillators out there, and Zoll by far, it's innovative. It talks to you, it calms you down, and it's far superior than all the other AEDs that are out there.
Okay, so with the defibrillator itself, I'm going to repeat what you said because this is important. What is the compliant date?
It's October 1st.
October 1st.
And sorry, Denise, it's firstshieldmed.com.
Correct.
Is Carlos's
the
website?
The website is firstshieldmed.com.
Okay.
Put your information there. We'll contact you. And we'll come out to see if you guys need it, if you need to be compliant or not. But
is there any cost to that, Carlos?
No, that's absolutely free.
Awesome.
But just so you have an idea, this is going to start in Broward County, but this is going to stretch out to Miami and Palm Beach. And the fact is, at the end of the day, this thing saves lives.
Yeah.
And everyone should have one of these. I personally, I'm getting one of these for my home.
You said for the home too, not just the business.
Correct. This is just one extra tool in case something happens. And look, at the end of the day, what's the cost of having a loved one around for one more day? That's this is my business. I've been a firefighter for 20 years now. It's about saving lives, and that's why I'm here today.
Okay, so essentially, though, just to go back what you were saying, if you are in an indoor facility, so we are on the Florida Pickleball look at that. I'm actually overwhelmed by this information because I think about the life that it could save and the
Sure.
number of lives out there. But for here we are talking about this in the Florida Pickleball News that we have to be compliant, at least in Broward at this point, to have one of these official ZOLL, Z-O-L-L, defibrillators on hand.
Yes, in all caps.
In all caps. Okay.
Yes. This is the one that I recommend.
Okay.
It's great, and I'll show you. Like, it has an integrated pad. This one right here. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. But you lift this up. It shows you exactly where to put everything. It comes with scissors in case you need to cut the shirt. It comes with a razor in case you need to shave the chest.
Okay.
And this pad, you would place it on the mannequin, or I'm sorry, on the person that's down. And this will talk you through it. It even has a compression pad that as you're doing compressions, it will tell you if you're doing your compressions deep enough.
Oh,
So
that's great.
It even tells you to calm down. I
Okay.
mean, this thing is really, it's very innovative. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Carlos, so these units like one and done, like after they get used, that you can't be used again, or can they be recharged?
No, so that's the other good thing about this product. It's the other ADs usually have a pad and a battery replacement of 2 years. This is every 5 years. So in a 10-year cycle, you're only replacing the equipment once.
And hopefully you never have to use it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the other good thing about most AEDs, you need to have pads for adult and children. This, you could use the same pads for either or. So it's
Okay.
a one-stop shop for saving lives.
Okay. So I just want to go over, this needs to be, as of that compliant date, this needs to be in any enclosed facility with how many people or more?
So it's going to be for the enclosed facility of 1,500 square feet or any occupancy that it's 100 or more has to have one of these.
Okay. So if we are inside an indoor pickleball facility
Correct.
that has a capacity of fitting up to 1,500
Or more.
players, if you would. I mean, would you say, Catherine, that's the size for?
I think he said square feet.
No, so it's 1,500 square footage.
Oh, square
Or
footage.
an occupancy of 100 or more.
Wow.
That's easy in any facility, right? In the
Wow.
larger pickleball.
Think about
where
how many people, how many facilities do not have this. It's there's certainly not one in the condo that I live in.
Yep.
There's not one that I've seen anyway at my local grocery store. It's incredible to think about the implication of that.
It certainly is. So I know we had Catherine on with us. If we can get Catherine on the screen as well, she's our guest as well. And so do you find the benefit of having one of these, would you say, on the actual courts?
It's interesting. Actually, Carlos and I were just discussing this because the facility where I'm home based from is just planning to install these. So
Great.
with any luck, maybe we can slip a Zoll card in the property manager.
Beautiful. Florida Pickleball News helping people meet. I love it.
I love it. Absolutely. So we're actually going to go now to a commercial break, and everyone stay tuned. We'll come back with Carlos and find out a few more details on how you can actually maybe even get one of these gifted to you.
Absolutely.
So everyone stay tuned. We'll be right back. A word from our sponsors.
Hey, it's TC. Look, I'm all in the pickleball craze right now. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. It's the fastest growing sport in the world right now, so don't miss out. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday from 6:30 to 7:30. And if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090 and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or any mobile device. Hey, it's TC, and the biggest sport in the world right now is pickleball. I know you've either played before or you know someone that's addicted. And did you know there's a local pickleball news show right here in South Florida now? This is a great show to watch if you're looking for a dose of local pickleball news or where to pick up a pickleball game, the latest pickleball merchandise, and they even have special guests from all around the pickleball community. You can catch the show live on YouTube every Friday night from 6:30 to 7:30, and if you miss a live show, you can find the recorded episodes pretty easy. Just go to YouTube and type in Florida Pickleball News or text pickleball to 909090, and they'll send you a link to watch the show right from your phone or mobile device.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
We're serving up pickleball every Friday night at 6:30. It's Florida Pickleball News live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Everything pickleball. Where to play, special guests, and of course the latest pickleball news. Florida Pickleball News. For more information, go to floridapickleballnews.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to Florida Pickleball News. I have with us right now Carlos Lang, who is firefighter first responder and also president of the
First Shield
I want
Medical.
to give you
First
it's
Shield
First
Medical.
Shield. I wanted to give him the way to say it because it comes out so passionately. So it's actually, once again, it's First Shield Medical, and it's a supply or a service that's going to be mandated by October.
Yeah, October 1st, the mandate goes into effect that the facilities that I mentioned earlier are going to be required to have a defibrillator and a bleed control kit.
A bleed control kit. Okay, so why was Broward County taking a lead in this? What made that happen?
Well, it's at the end of the day, defibrillators, especially like Zoll defibrillators, save lives, and that's what they care about. So think of this as a fire alarm system or a
good way
fire
to look at it.
extinguisher, where yes, some people are going to find this an inconvenience, but at the end of the day, it saves lives, and that's what we're here to do.
All right. Well,
And
I
just
love
real
that.
quick, some of the benefits for people who are thinking about this, major insurance company, Brown & Brown, if you do get one of these put in there, they're actually, depending on your rating and your score, up to 1 to 5% savings on your insurance. I know insurance has doubled for a lot of people, so I do want to put that out there, or check with who your insurance provider is, because there could be a saving just by having this.
That's a great tip. I like that. So, one last tidbit here. You know, we want to thank you for being here for sure, but I understand you have a giveaway. Tell us what that is.
Absolutely. So Zoll was kind enough to give us an AED to give away, so please come to the website, put in the information, say that you're interested in the giveaway, and as long as you meet 3 criteria, you're going to be eligible, and we're going to raffle all this off probably the second week of October. The requirements are you have to be in Broward County, you have to be a nonprofit, and your facility has to meet the ordinance requirements. So this could be a charter school, this could be a church, or this could be a nonprofit. And once we have the winner, we'll send out the information, and we'll send you the AED.
Carlos, could they enter through that texting as well if they wanted to text in an entry?
Absolutely.
So it's text. I think you said the word was heart, HEART. If they text that to 909090, they get entered to win this defibrillator as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for sharing that. We're always here wanting to support and helping save lives. So, you know what?
Absolutely.
Pickleball gets you out on the court, gets you movement. What is it? Movement is improvements. I'm going to go all down my coins here, and we want to make sure that we're helping everyone in the effort of saving lives on the court, especially here in Florida with this heat.
Thank you, and thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We look
Pleasure
forward
to
to
have you,
seeing you
Carlos.
back in October.
And thanks for all you do again. Thank you
Yes.
for all you do.
Thank
for
you
our
so
community.
much. We appreciate that. So let's go over down the list here. We now have the pickleball pick of the week. If we can get that on the screen, I think, Catherine, you're going to appreciate
I've been
this
waiting
one
all-
because
all
I
night
did a
for
little
this.
bit. I want to see this. There we go. Look at
Okay.
that.
All right.
Yes,
do
I
we know
actually
these?
saw
Do
this.
we know these women, Catherine?
We sure do.
That's
the
fantastic.
famous mother-daughter team.
Oh,
That's right.
What are their names?
Anna Lee and Lee Waters, and you know, speaking of philanthropy, they came and did a Make-A-Wish fundraiser for us back in 2018 when Anna Lee was just 13 years old.
Amazing. What do I like about that pick? It's just that there's so much excitement, love, and just energy in that pick of, you know, mother, daughter, whatever. But at the same time, I just love that picture.
Yeah.
So that was the pick of the week. And who was the winner of our trivia question last week? Keith, do you remember who that was?
So his name was Sean Goodrum from Boca Raton, and Sean got a beautiful Fat Pickle T-shirt, and he got himself a nice Fat Pickle, gift package that included a cold, crisp, and delicious big fat pickle for him. So he was thrilled to get it. I asked him to send us some pictures, but I haven't got them yet.
All right. Well, now moving on to our next piece here, we have to cover the actual trivia question itself, and we had the pleasure of having Catherine pick the actual question. And the question that Catherine came up with is, can you hit the pickleball while it's in?
No. Can you
Yes.
can you hit the pickleball while it's in the air?
In the air, right,
If you're
okay.
in the kitchen.
All right, I got that. I was
Did we
almost
get
there,
that?
but thank you for jumping
Catherine,
in.
was that correct?
That is 100% correct.
All right, so if you guess that, and if you know what that answer is, Denise, if I'm not mistaken, again, we text the answer to 909090.
That's right.
And if you text your answer and you're picked, you're going to get a Fat Pickle gift box, which is going to have a delicious Fat Pickle in there for you, and a nice Fat Pickle T-shirt. And good luck. Don't forget to text your answer to 909090.
And that question one more time is, can you hit the pickleball while it's in the air? when you are in the kitchen. I
That's
know
right.
that answer, but I'm not
That's
going
right.
to tell it what it is. So let's move on now. Very excited once again. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We really try to make the show as much as we can a part of everyone, but we're going to talk about the events that are coming up. We have a pickleball event that we're going to attend. Well, actually, it's Fat Pickle attending the event. Tell us a little bit about this event that's Fat Pickle is going to be attending.
So it's not pickleball, but it's soccer. So it's the Marley Cup is a wonderful event that's happening in downtown Hollywood. It's got a lot of great music from the Marley Brothers, Inner Circle, a lot of other really great reggae bands, unbelievable food, great atmosphere, super kind people, all enjoying each other for a little bit of sport, a little bit of food, and a little bit of fun. And, of course, Fat Pickle will be up there serving out the smiles. We'll be serving our pickles. Denise, if I understand correctly, if any Florida Pickleball fans want to come out and meet you personally, they can come out to the event, and they can see you at some point in time at the event. This is September 2nd.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
And we'll give away some pickles, and we'll have some fun.
So there you go. There's also a special here that every inch counts. I get hit for this all the time, but it's especially when giving a pickleball gifts. So this is actually even for someone that doesn't like pickleball.
Yes.
I should say pickles.
You just, you
We
showed
love
on the screen
pickleball,
this
but it's the pickle
postcard that we got.
itself.
This pickleball, this picklegram.
Yep.
So this has been really amazing for us. If you want to send a fun message to somebody, a little different than a birthday card, no gift card, no Amazon gift card, send something to somebody that's literally going to make them laugh, even if they don't like pickles. What they get with a picklegram, only from fatpickle.com, is they get a personalized postcard right on the website. You could type in the message that you want to send to somebody, and we print that message right in the back of the postcard. We drop it in a USPS box with the pickle, and they'll get this right to their house with a smile. It'll arrive cold. And if they like pickles, they'll love it. It's the best pickle you can eat. And even if they don't like pickles, they're going to call you and say, "Why'd you send me a pickle?" But they'll be smiling. I promise you that. So
Well,
it's called a picklegram.
I have a stat for you, statistics. There are more pickle lovers than there are haters.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, so, it makes for good for anyone that likes and does not like. Those pickles are very tasty. You even came up with the fact of having pickleball juice.
Yeah.
Or I should say fat pickle juice or pickle juice, either way you want to call it. So the pickleball juice really is the, would you call it the rind from the actual pickle juice?
Yeah, and
which
this
is served, right? How are we using it? Because I know it's very helpful on the court.
Yeah, and this was really kind of, we were looking for the connection. Where is it really? You're playing pickleball, you're not going to shove a big, giant kosher dill pickle in your mouth probably, but the juice makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And we'll be sampling that juice out at pickleball courts all over South Florida in our downtime over the next month while we gear up for season 2. We hope to bring you some really cool footage from the pickleball courts of people trying it. And, again, so happy to come back at season 2 as the title sponsor of Florida Pickleball News. Thanks again so much for having us as a sponsor.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back here live in October for season 2. Very excited to have been here. Keith, thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
Carlos, thank you for being with us. Catherine being with
Gilbert,
us.
thank
A lot
you
of
for
all
being
these
with
season
us.
Ks. Everyone have a great weekend and pickle away, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you, Denise.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and